When was the last time you may have talked to her?
I talked to her Friday.
Last Friday, which was on the 3rd?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, about what time?
I talked to her that night. I talked to Jenny probably about 9:30, somewhere around that time.
Did she say where she was?
The thing was, we were supposed to be hanging out. I was in Memphis and I was coming back from Memphis. I was supposed to be coming back that Friday. Okay. So we had made plans that Wednesday that we were going to hang out Friday and Saturday for the 4th.
Okay.
She called me. I was supposed to call her when I got back in town. She called me. She was like, "Hey girl, where are you at?" I was like, "Well, I'm not back in town yet. That's why I haven't called you." She was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I just got off the phone with Steve. Well, I told him that I was going to hang out with you, but since you're not back, I'm going to go over to Steve's."
Okay, that's what she said.
And that was the last time I heard from her.
So what did you text about?
We were talking about what we were gonna do. I texted her and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna let you know when I'm back in town." At first, we were only gonna hang out on Saturday, but she asked me what I was doing on Friday, and I was like, "I'm not gonna do anything." She was like, "Well, then you can just stay with me. We'll just hang out Friday, and then we'll hang out Saturday." That was the whole thing.
How would you describe the two of their relationships back then, 2 months ago?
I mean, they were boyfriend and girlfriend in my eyes.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying? They were real lovey-dovey, all over each other. Steve took care of her. Steve took care of all of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he took care of all of us. If we went out with him, we never had to worry about anything.
Oh, really?
We didn't have to worry about nothing. Steve made sure all of us ate. Steve made sure all of us drank, whatever.
And how many people are we talking about here?
Did she ever say anything negative about herself? Doing anything to herself, or feeling bad, or being down?
Not at all.
What about or being angry at Steve or anything like
Not
that?
at all.
Okay. But Friday when you talked to her, she just sounds the same normal self.
She sounded normal, absolutely normal. Like, she wasn't even mad that I wasn't back in town,
Did she tell you that she was arrested the day before?
No.
She didn't tell you anything?
None of us knew about that. I think Emily knew about it, but I'm not sure. But none of us knew about it.
Friday night, around what time you think it was?
It was about 10 o'clock that night.
About 10 o'clock that night. Okay, if you could tell me about that conversation, what was she talking about that night when you talked to her?
She had called me and I missed it at first, and I called her back, and she was just calling to make sure I'd made it out of town okay, because I'd went to Florida, and I told her yes, and she was asking for one of our friends' phone numbers, and I gave it to her, and she was like, "Okay, well, have fun, and I'll see you when you get back," and that was the last thing she said.
Okay. What friend was it? Whose number she wanted?
Lucretia.
Had you seen her, talked to her?
I saw her that Tuesday because that was the last day I worked before I went out of town.
And how did her attitude seem to you when you worked with her?
She seemed like her normal self, always bouncy and all over the place.
Okay. Did she ever talk to you about what was going on in her personal life, maybe with her and Steve? Or?
She talked to me about everything, and they didn't seem to be having any problems.
Have you ever seen them argue, the two of them, when you was with them?
I've never even seen her angry before. Mm-hmm. I've seen her be sad about something and drop a couple tears, but I've never seen her just outraged and be angry about something. She just normally didn't let stuff like that get to her. Anytime.
So Friday when you talked to her, she didn't mention anything about she had just been arrested the day before for a DUI. She didn't mention anything. She
didn't. I was really surprised that she didn't.
Something like she went to Steve's that night to get a key or something.
Went to Steve.
Went to, I guess, his condo to get a key.
Okay. Because
she just recently got a key, and I guess he was kind of telling her to start bringing stuff over and start moving in. I mean, did
Jenny ever say anything to you about that she had tried to put the key up for sale or anything like that?
No.
Did you tell him about the bodyguard guy that we went out with?
Yeah.
He got fired because he was taking money from his Steve account.
Was that Gaddy?
Yeah, Gaddy.
Yeah, the big guy.
Okay.
Steve told me about that on Tuesday. That night at Tuesday. And that's why he was working so hard at the restaurant, was that he had to fire Gaddy, and he's caught him stealing $13,000.
Did Steve tell you this when?
Tuesday at Losers. That night.
Okay, the night when you and him had that conversation, he told you that he had to fire him.
Yeah, he was just, he came up because he was saying about how hard he was working and how stressed out he was.